What is going on, guys? It is Josh with AVS Fitness bringing you a video today looking at the traps. So the traps are something a lot of people sort of hit a roadblock on because usually the only thing people really know how to do are shrugs. So I'm going to show you obviously a regular shrug and then some different shrug variations and then another exercise you can actually add into your arsenal to help build thicker, bigger traps. So I have a barbell here, so the generic barbell shrug. Some people like to do a shoulder width apart. For me, that's a little too narrow, so I usually go slightly wider than shoulder width. And for the barbell shrug, the important part for me is the squeeze at the top. So a lot of times you'll see people load up real big weight on the shrug, which going heavy on these is important, but I think even more important is the high rep range squeeze at the top. So come down at the bottom, just like that. Like I said, a lot of people like to load these up. I usually don't go any higher than 225 on these, and that's usually my heavier day. So to change these up, if you've been doing these for a while, adding a tempo is the easiest way to add variability to any exercise. So you can do a 3 up, 3 down. So 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3. A lot of times you see people do the fast concentric and then the slow eccentric, but you can actually do both slow on both ends, and it's actually very beneficial. If you don't like the barbell, with the barbell shrug, you've got your hands in that pronated position. Some people who have scapular impingement or shoulder issues kind of puts them in a vulnerable situation. In this case, just go ahead and grab the dumbbells. Now you're in the neutral grip. Now with the dumbbells, you can actually also do the pronated in front. That's also a variation you can do. It's pretty similar to the barbell, so I don't do those too often. But with the barbells at your side in the neutral grip, obviously you've got the regular shrug. This is a little bit different. One thing I like to do with these, I learned these when I was shadowing my collegiate football team. They called these juice shrugs. So you actually come up with both at the regular, but instead of going straight down, you do one at a time, back up, and down, and that's one. So essentially in that one rep, you're actually doing 2 reps on both sides with a lot of time under tension. Those will actually wear you out extremely quickly, but they're great to do. Again, with the shrugs, the biggest thing is to really avoid going drastically forward with the neck, just so you don't hurt any of your cervical area. And then if you already have any, like I said, pre-existing scapular shoulder impingement issues, just be very careful of your grip. So that's really the basics of the shrug. Not too many variations outside of that. The only other thing I can think of is a lot of times people will, instead of coming straight up and down, come back just a little bit. So instead of just scapular and shoulder elevation, yeah, they actually get some scapular retraction. Again, also beneficial. Just be wary if you have any pre-existing injuries. So that is it for the shrugs. Now I'm going to show you an exercise on the cable tower you may not have heard of yet. All right, so we're on the cable tower. These are called face pulls. So what you're going to do is you're just going to grab the rope. Usually people use these for the tricep push down. You can use a straight metal bar with these, but I like the flexibility that the rope gives you. It gives you a little more range of motion. So you're going to take a couple steps back, and just like the name, you're going to pull straight towards your face. Go ahead and let your elbows flare out a little bit. You don't really need to tuck them down under. Let them flare out. This is also going to work your rear delts and your rhomboids. The key to getting this to work your traps is the squeeze at the back, and also to pull at your face. I've seen people in the gym that pull these down, and it essentially just becomes a row, and you're using your lats. So to really engage your traps, make sure you're really pulling at your nose, your forehead. Make sure you don't bop yourself in the nose or forehead. And this is a really good finishing move. I usually end up ending my back days with this after I've done some shrugs, rows, stuff like that. Really great. I like to do high rep ranges on this and really get a burnout at the end. So that is just some different ideas for you to use on your shrugs. Shrugs are great. Just make sure you're always changing up the variety because your body is going to get used to them. And incorporate those face pulls at the end if you want a little bit different of a burn. And that is how you get bigger traps. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to be doing a full back workout soon that you guys can try to follow with me. I will have both a video and an Excel sheet you can download if you want to do the workouts along with me. And if you guys have any questions or comments or want to see any different exercises, just let me know. And have a great rest of your week.